What in the world is really good, y'all? It's your boy Aaron Bevins, and today is day two of the Wholesaling Quick Start Challenge. I'm incredibly excited to go live with you guys. The response that I've received from this challenge, from the field, from you guys in the trenches who are actually engaged, who are actually doing this, absolutely insane. So first of all, I know that today I'm going live later than I normally do, and it's the reason why is because I had my worship, and so I had to do that first. Obviously, that's priority, but I promised that I would go live every single day, and I'm going to honor that promise. And so today is day three of the Wholesaling Quick Start Challenge. Today, we're going to be going over the script. So on day one, we did an intro to the challenge. Okay, on day two, yesterday, we went over how to come up with your MAO. We went over how to estimate rehabs. We went over how to determine your ARV. And we went over your list that you should choose, your marketing channel that you should go over. We don't want to leave any rock unturned, and I want to answer all of your questions. But with that said, today we're going into the script. Now, I know on day one we touched on the script, but today we're going to do a little bit more of a deep dive in the script, kind of getting into the nuances. I'm going to blitz through this as fast as humanly possible while still answering any questions that you guys have, and getting to the meat and potatoes on this. All right. So with that said, y'all, I'm gonna pull up the script right now, and after this intro, we're gonna get started right in the show. By the way, if you are down to do a role play with me and go live on this with me right now, send me a message in the comment section and I will send you a link. That way you can be the person that goes live with me. All right. So with that said, let's do this. Let's handle this quick little intro, and then I'm gonna pull up the script and we're gonna deep dive in this. Let's get it.
Close it, pick up the phone, close it, big ass scroll, close it, $1 million deal, close it, yeah, it's all on you, close it, what you gonna do, close it, I want the proof, close it, $1 million deal, close it, hey.
All right, guys, so with that said, today is day two of the Wholesaling Quick Start Challenge. Scripts. What to say to sellers when you actually get them on the phone. So you've done the list sourcing, you've done the marketing, you have the seller on the phone, and now what do you say to them? What do you say if they ask you a question and you don't know how to respond? What do you do? All right, that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to need somebody who is brave enough to volunteer to come on this live with me, because I want to role play with somebody. All right, so I'm pulling up on the other screen right now the script, and we're going to have a good old time here. All right, so this is the script that I have on the other screen. This is the script that we have our acquisition people, our cold callers use, and it is incredibly prolific. It's incredibly successful, and I'm excited to share it with you. All right. All right. So with that said, shout out to all the entrepreneurs who are here on the Late Show. Giddy. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to go through the script right now. I'm going to run through it. I'm going to go over why it's built the way it is, why it's designed the way it is. I want you guys to let me know if you have any questions at all. I want you guys to let me know what you're struggling with. I want to know what you guys what you're going through. That way I can help you get to your first deal before the end of the month. All right, so let's go over this thing. By the way, if you are down to role play and come on this thing live, let me know in the comment section and I will bring you on this thing live and you will get trained right here. Giddy. All right, cool. So here's how it goes. Ring, ring, ring. Seller says, hello. Hey, John. Yeah. Hey, this is Aaron. I was calling about your property on 123 Main Street. What about it? Yeah, I just wanted to see if you've considered selling it because I might be interested in buying. Now, if they say yes, then this is going to be our response. By the way, here's what's really cool about this script, okay? There's an if yes part of the script. All right. There's an if no part of the script. There's an if maybe or let me think about it part of the script. And then there are three major rebuttals. We're going to go over these. By the way, this script is incredibly simple. If you follow the script, then you will find that it is absolutely smooth. It's like butter. It's almost magic how it weeds out those who are interested and not interested. Someone asked this question. They said, is this the script you've been using for a while? I remember getting a script from you a while ago. If you got a script, there's like 7 scripts I've given out over the last 4 or 5 years. And every script that I've given away has been a reiteration and a progression of what we've been using in the field. And it's been getting better and better and more simple. And what I'm showing here on the screen is the latest and greatest script that we've been using in my company, and it's been incredibly successful. My students and mentees have been using it as well. It's incredibly successful. Stephen Rober says, can you link the Word document? Yes, I can. Send me a DM and I will send you a PDF copy of this script. All right. I'm going to keep throwing this invitation out there. I'm going to go over the script with y'all, but I need somebody who's down to hop on this live with me and do the role play with me so that everybody live and on the replay can benefit from it. So put in the comment section if you're down for me to send you a link and you hop on this training with me live. All right. So let's go over this script and let's go over the psychology behind it. Super easy, very simple. Very easy to implement. Okay, so what if they say yes? If they say yes, then here's our response. Okay, awesome. Well, we purchase properties cash, we pay all closing costs, and we buy them as is condition. So for an offer like that, what price range would you be in? Very simple. A lot of people don't do this. The reason why we do is because you want to weed out all of the tire kickers right up front. How many times have you been in a situation where you're stuck in a conversation for 30 minutes with Susie Ann, who's never going to sell her house to you, but she's nice, she's lonely, and she wants to talk to you for 30 minutes? Susie Ann does not care about your time. She doesn't care about the fact that every hour that goes by, you are getting broker and broker if you're not closing a deal. So use this script. That way you can weed out all of the tire kickers, all of the people that are not going to do business with you. Get them off the phone. All right? I want you asking this question if they say they're interested. I want you asking this question. Let them know we purchase properties cash, we pay all the closing costs, and buy the properties as is condition. So for an offer like that, what price range did you need to be in? Okay? Listen to the response and respond accordingly. Now, if they give you a price range, now you know that they're playing ball. But some people are going to hold their number very close to their chest, just like a deck of cards, right? So in that case, do not argue too much. You're just at the beginning. You're just trying to weed out to see if these are serious sellers or if this is a tire kicker. If they give you a little pushback, but you can tell they are interested in playing ball, they are interested in selling, then I want you to continue with the script. Holy moly, we got somebody who is willing to come on live. All right. Oh, we got 2 people who are willing to come on the live, okay? But I see Facebook user. I don't know who Facebook user is, but I do see that Beth is saying she will hop on live. So here's what I'm gonna do. Real quick, before I continue with this script, I am going to send Beth an email. Actually, Beth, put in the comment section your email. That way I can send you an invite right now. Beth, put it in the comment section. Okay, and then I'm going to invite you on this live, and me and you, Beth, are going to role play live. You're going to be my seller. I'm going to be the buyer. I'm going to run the script with you. Okay. Talitha said that she is the one. Okay, so Beth, if you're still here, send me your email. Your email. Okay, she just send me her email. So boom. All right, cool. So I'm about to send you a quick invite. Bear with me, y'all. Let me send Beth an email. An email. Let me send Beth an invite really quick, and that way I can get her on this live. That way I can do more than just show you the script. I'm gonna role play the script because it is said that role play, you are something like 30 or 40% more likely to apply and implement and remember what you learn. All right, so I am sending it right now. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. All right, I just sent it over to you, Beth. Hop in whenever you're ready, okay? I'm gonna keep going over the script and just hop in whenever you're ready, and then I'll bring you on, okay? All right, so let's continue with the script. So, let's say we've asked them, we told them the first part of the script, we said, I just wanted to see if you've considered selling because I might be interested in buying. Let's say they say yes. We've asked them for a price range. They've either given us a price range or they've kind of, bucked us and now they don't want to give a price range, but they're willing to play ball. Okay, cool. Then we're going to get into the body of the script. And this, guys, is called qualifying. This right here is when you determine how sexy of a deal is this, or is this a deal at all? All right, so follow this line of reasoning and notice how sick this script is. Okay, so what price range did you need to be in? Oh well, I don't know. You give me an offer. Okay, no worries. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Other than, by the way, guys, we have Beth in the back office, y'all. She is back there. Beth, I'm gonna bring you on in just a minute. Just sit tight. I'm gonna review the script and then I'm gonna bring you on so that we can role play. This is super exciting. By the way, y'all, show some love to Beth for being brave enough to say last minute impromptu, I'm gonna hop on a live and role play a script. So freaking awesome. I love it. All right, so um, other than talking to me right now, what makes you want to sell the property? And this is an incredible way to determine motivation, right? And the reason why we've structured it this way and started saying other than talking to me right now is because we found that a lot of times when we used to ask, what makes you want to sell the property? This looks like a nice property. They would say, because you're calling me about it, right? And it was hard. It was hard to kind of maneuver our way out of that. It was kind of just a little bit awkward. So we found the more strategic way to structure this question is, so I mean, other than talking to me right now, what makes you want to sell the property? Right? And it's just very smooth and non-intrusive, but it gets the juice and the information that we need from the seller without sounding like an interrogator. All right. The next question is, what remodeling have you done to the kitchen and bathroom in the last 5 years? I love this question so much more than the typical wholesaler question. Can you tell me a little bit about the condition? Can you tell me a little bit about the roof? Can you? That's such an awkward like question. Because have you noticed, those of you who still use that line of, and I'm not picking on you because we were using it till like pretty recently, right? Can you tell me a little bit about the condition, guys? Don't you notice whenever you ask that you ask that question, it's like kind of weird and awkward, and they're like, "What do you want to know?" And you know what I mean? They don't want to give too much, and you're trying to figure out if they're, how much are they kind of like, glossing over where they really don't want to tell you. This right here is an open-ended question that allows you to get exactly what you need, which is, what's the basic condition of the house? Is this a cosmetic update I'm going to need to do? Is this a structural renovation? Is this a gut, right? Because if they have remodeled the kitchen and the bathrooms in the last 5 years, chances are you're an up-to-date house. If they say, oh, this house hasn't been remodeled since it was built, and then you see that the property was built in 65, you know that this is going to be just about a full gut, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful way to structure the conversation. All right, let me keep moving because I want to get Beth on this live, and I know you guys want to see the role play. The next question is the property vacant or occupied? If the answer is vacant, move on to the next. But if it's occupied, then you need to know who's it occupied by. Is it occupied by the owner? Is it occupied by tenants? Is it occupied by their kids, a family member? Is it occupied by squatters? You need to know. Now, if it's occupied by anybody other than tenants, like the owner or a family member, you need to ask, when can they be out of the property? All right. If it's occupied by tenants, I don't have this in the script, but a logical question that you might want to make note of and ask is, are the tenants on a lease, or are they on month to month? Why? Because it's the same principle as this question. When can they be out? Your buyers are going to want to know, when will that property be empty? Now, what happens if the tenants can't get out? That's a topic for another conversation, all right? But we're not going to go over that because we're focused on the script right now. The next question is, once we agree on the price, how soon will you be ready to move forward? That's your timeline. You want to know how fast. The next thing is this, and this is key. You're going to see me utilize this with Beth right now. And guys, you're going to see how smooth this is. All right. Once you have that information, now what you're going to do is buy yourself time and relieve your stress. Okay. And it sounds like this. Okay, awesome. I mean, it looks like I have all the information I'm going to need in order to see if this property qualifies for what we're looking for. I'm going to place you on a brief hold and see if we can get you a cash approval. I'll be right back. Guys, let me tell y'all something crazy. I am not exaggerating here. I have literally never been rejected at this point. For those of you timid souls who say, oh my God, Aaron, I couldn't tell the seller to wait on hold. I'm already nervous. I already don't know what to say. And if I just don't want to tell them to wait, you know what I mean? I don't want to inconvenience them and feel like I'm burdening them. Guys, whenever you call the bank and they place you on hold, or you call some professional establishment and they place you on hold, they don't have any problem placing your tail on hold. And guess what? Even though it annoys you, you let them do it because you kind of just expect that establishments need to do this. So I want you to follow this script and just assume it exactly the way I'm showing you. You're just super nonchalant. Okay, awesome. It looks like I have all the information I need in order to see if this property qualifies for what we're looking for. I'm going to place you on a brief hold and see if we can get you a cash approval. I'll be right back. You're not going to ask them. And then guess what you're going to do? Mute your phone. Once you mute their phone, they think you're gone. Even though you hear them, if they're like, they think you're gone. And guess what? They're going to stay there. The reason why is because you have promised them to give them an offer before the end of this call. So they want to hear that cash offer. So why do we do this, guys? Why do we mute our phone? The reason why is because I want you to take that 3 to 4 minutes and get the ARV and your maximum allowable offer and your estimated rehab the way I showed you guys to do yesterday. Remember how I showed you guys to do that in 3 to 5 minutes? You're going to use this time on that pause while your phone's muted. You're going to run the numbers really quick, and then once you do, you're going to come back with your anchor, and it's going to sound something like this. Okay, Beth, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. Okay, Beth, it looks like similar properties in your area were approved for. Okay, so here's what the script shows. If it's a cosmetic, you're going to offer 62% of the ARV minus your profit. So if the ARV is 100,000, 62% of that is 62,000 minus your profit. I like to make $15,000 and $20,000 deals, so I'm going to anchor at about 40,000. And then maybe Beth will say, oh no, that's too low for me. I was expecting way more than that. I completely understand. That's just what other properties in your area were approved for. Where would you need to be at? And that's when the negotiation begins. Guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. You hear these people all the time on social media and all these platforms talking about, I just closed a $50,000 deal, a $60,000 deal. How do you think that those guys got that? There's nothing special about them. Their farts smell just like us. How are they able to get these huge, massive deals? It's because these guys are not afraid to anchor. And I don't want you to be a pansy. You got this far. You spent money on your marketing. You're busting your tail. You have a vision. You have a family you want to feed. You have a dream, a lifestyle that you want to be living. Don't waste all that by being so much of a punk that you get here and don't anchor properly. Right? And worst thing, don't get caught in the friend zone where you've been so nice to them and chummy to them on the phone that now you're afraid to give them the offer where they need to be given the offer. Because what's going to happen is you're going to end up contracting a property too high. And now, because you wanted to please them over the phone and give them what they wanted, and now you can't perform, it's 3 weeks into the contract, and they're calling you saying you're a scam artist because you're not honoring your word. That sucks. I would rather anchor low where I need the property. If they say no, awesome. You have a blessed day. If anything changes, reach out. The best case scenario, though, is they say yes. One $15,000 check is all you need to change your life and set you up so that you can do more, guys. I'm telling you. Follow the script, okay? And then the final qualifying question is this: if we could be in this price range, would that work for you? I don't know if Tasha is Tasha here. I was asking Tasha a little earlier. I was asking a whole bunch of people. I was asking, what do you need help with? I really want to serve you guys during this challenge. And I was asking Tasha, what do you need help with? She said, Aaron, I need help closing the deal. I said, what do you mean? Do you mean like you have it contracted, you need help selling it to the buyer, or you need help contracting the seller at the end? She said, I need help contracting the seller at the end. I said, okay, that's what today's call is for. Guys, that's what I'm showing you right here. This is your close right here. So many people think that to be a closer, you need to be this super aggressive and savvy, salesperson. And no, you don't, guys. You know what you need to do? Be very friendly, right? Listen to the person, right? Acknowledge what they're saying and follow this script. And this is the close. This is it. If you have done all these things that I've showed you, then here's your close. Beth, if we could be in this price, would that work for you? That's the close. That's it. That is the last statement that I make before. I always tell my students, after you ask this question, what do? Shut up. And the reason why I say that, I'm not trying to be offensive or ugly, guys. The reason why I say it like that is because I have seen dozens and dozens and dozens of times where we talk ourselves out of a deal because we hate that silent tension that takes place once we throw out a number. And our butt cheeks clench together when we throw out what we feel is a lowball price, and we're like, oh. And then what we do when they don't say anything is we try to break the tension and say, and the reason why I'm offering that is because, you know what I mean? And then we just ruin it. We ruin it. So after you close and say, if we could be in this price range, would that work for you? Shut your mouth. If you're on the phone, if you have to go like this and put your hand over your mouth, put your hand over your mouth like this. And don't say anything. And you will be so surprised, guys, at how many times you throw an anchor out there and the person's like, can you be any more? And you're like doing the dog and pony show where you're like, I mean, what do you need to be? And they're like 3,000 more than your anchor, and you're walking away with a $25,000 fee. And in the back of your head, you're going to be like, oh my God, Aaron, thank you so much. All right. I'm telling you, I know you guys, I know it sounds like I'm extra and I'm being like, I'm putting on a show for you. Guys, it really is like this. You should see in the background, behind the scenes whenever I'm working with people. And I just had Sergio and Luis in our community. They were having a very rough time in the beginning wholesaling real estate, and utilizing some of these principles that we talked about just a few weeks ago. They closed and funded on a $100,000 assignment fee. So I want you to ask yourself this: would a $100,000 assignment fee, would that change your life? To have a $100,000 wire hit your bank account down to the penny, would that change your life? Would 20 change your life? Would 15 change your life? If so, then I want you to implement all the things that I'm showing you here in the script, okay? If they say yes, that price range would work, then we're gonna go into the contract. I'm not gonna do that here because I'm gonna do that with Beth. If they say no, guess what? It's okay. It is okay. Here's what we say. Okay, I understand. And I don't mind fighting against the market to make the deal work here. Where would you need to be in order for us to move forward if I'm paying all the closing costs and making this an easy transaction? So guys, not because they said no means the answer is no. When they said no, that means the answer is no to that price. But hopefully you anchored enough so that there's enough equity for you to be able to negotiate. You might only be off by $5,000 or $10,000, and it still may be a good deal. All right. All right. And then what if they say, maybe let me think about it? Here's what we say to diffuse that. Okay, I completely understand you want to think about it, but Beth, to be honest, you won't hurt my feelings if the answer is really just no, I promise. Is the answer really no, or do you want to do the deal with me? And some people are really, really nervous and timid about this section, but the reason why we do this, guys, is because if the answer is anything other than a yes, it's only two reasons. It's because the answer is really no, but they don't have the heart to tell you, or they have some sort of hidden concern that they haven't shared with you yet. And our job, before we let them off the phone, our job is to flush that out, to find out, listen, if the answer is really no, let's just both save time so that I'm not following up with you every 3 days. Do you really not want to do this deal, or do you really want to do the deal? And here's what will happen when you do that, guys. If they really want to do the deal, you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, no, 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 no. Please follow up with me. I legitimately cannot move forward with you because I need to talk to my wife. They're going to over-explain. They're going to reiterate whatever the reason was that they can't sign right now. And when they do that, here's what you know. You have a solid follow-up. You have a good follow-up that you know you're not wasting your time when you follow up with this person every 2 to 3 days to see if it's a good deal. All right, the rebuttals are very, very easy. There's only 3 major rebuttals that people will give other than the ones we already covered, and that is, how much will you give me? How much are you offering? The second one is, how did you get my number and information? And the third one is, who are you with? Okay, so let me just read these really, really quick. How do we handle how much are you offering? Right, you ever call somebody and you ask them about the property and their immediate response is, how much are you offering? How much you give me? All right, here's how to respond to that. Good question, John. I can make you an offer on this call. I just need to know a little bit more about the property to see if it qualifies with what I'm looking for. And then I would continue with the script. So what that would sound like, let me show you how I would continue with the script. I would say, yeah, I just need to know a little bit more about the property and see if it qualifies for what I'm looking for. And then I would immediately go into my first question. So, I mean, other than talking to me right now, what makes you want to sell the property? You see how that works? Very, very smooth. What if they ask, how did you get my number? How'd you get my information? Here's what we say. Good question. We actually just pulled it from public records to see if you were interested in selling. Did you want to sell your property? All right, see how smooth that is? Isn't that nice, right? You don't seem like a creep or an interrogator, and it's very, very honest and upfront, right? So you have a clean conscience in answering. It's beautiful. All right, and the third rebuttal is whenever you call them and the first thing they say is, who are you with? Who are you? Here's how we answer that. I'm just a local home buyer in the area doing remodels. Were you interested in selling? If yes, continue with the yes script. See how easy this stuff is, guys? I hope you guys love this and are as excited about this as I am. With that said, we have Beth in the back, and she's been waiting here super patiently. So real quick, let me do this. I'm gonna bring Beth on this thing. Beth,
Hi.
how are you doing?
How are you?
I am fantastic. So really quick, first of all, this is the first time I'm getting to actually meet you. Beth,
Yes.
where are you tuning in from right now?
North Carolina.
Okay, awesome. Whereabouts in North Carolina?
I'm in Greenville. I'm about an hour from Raleigh.
Okay, I love it. I love it. So those of you that are just tuning in right now, this is the Wholesaling Quick Start Challenge. And we have gone over a whole bunch of amazing nuggets over the last 3 days. Today, we're going over the script, how to talk to sellers, how to get these contracts. And I wanted somebody to volunteer to hop on this live with me and role play with me, be a seller. And Beth was courageous enough to say, I will do it. Shout out to North Carolina. So Beth, really quick, before we do this, I want you to be my seller. Talk to me a little bit about your experience thus far. Have you done any deals yet?
No.
No?
No deals. No deals. I've been in the analysis paralysis stage. So.
Okay, 100%. I've been there. I've 100% been there. Let me ask you this real quick before we get on with the script, because I know you've been tuning in on the challenges. I'd love to see you here. I know you said you're in analysis paralysis. What do you think is the biggest thing holding you back from really just doing what you know you could do when you give it your best? What do you think the real thing is that's holding you back, if you could name it off the top of your heart?
Just fear.
Fear?
Just
Fear
fear.
of what? Fear of what?
Probably succeeding is the stupidest part.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
So I love the fact you're being honest. So
Yeah.
so what do you mean when you say that? I love this. This is good.
Probably, and I'm gonna tell my age. I'm 54, and I've been a stay-at-home mom for, I have a 33-year-old son and a 21-year-old daughter. So I've been a stay-at-home mom forever. So I haven't been out in the. So it's fear of putting myself back out there, and I haven't had like a strong support system to kind of build me up. That's why I posted what I posted earlier about, you got to lift yourself up and not dump on yourself all the time.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm stealing that quote. I told you I'm stealing that quote.
Right. So, I mean, I think that's that fear, just fear of succeeding, because I haven't had that cheerleading section behind me. So it's like, oh my God, can I actually do this?
I'm so happy you're on this live, Beth, because I get to tell, because I try to be supportive to people, on social media, but I'm glad you're on this live because I want you to know you are the reason why I do this and why we do this. Guys, isn't this exciting? We have Beth, who's still a young woman, by the way, in her mid 50s. She's already raised a whole family. She's been a stay-at-home mom, so she's been away from the working world, and now something inside of her is drawing her to this and wanting to do this wholesaling. She sees the excitement. She's attracted to it. It's not even the fear of failure that's stunting her. It's the fear of success. It's like, okay, what happens when it starts to take off? What happens when they start to say yes? What happens when I start to make money? What with the taxes? What happens with, you know what I mean? It's all that, right, Beth?
Yes.
I love it. Well, Beth, you are in good company. You're here with us. This is your community. This is your tribe, and you probably already know this, but I want to say this before we do our script. We've helped dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people just like you generate multi-six figures, who in the beginning had all sorts of feelings of self-doubt on whether or not they could do this. And one of the biggest catalysts, Beth, is what you're doing, putting themselves out there in just the community. And there's going to be hundreds, not to make you nervous, there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of people that see this on multiple different platforms. And this is an opportunity for them to know who you are, to see you, and hopefully people will reach out to you, Beth, in North Carolina, and you can be someone who's boots on the ground and do some deals. So stay with this community, keep coming on these lives, keep networking with people, and let's get you to your first deal, hopefully by the end of this month.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's
all
do
right.
it.
With that said, have you started any marketing? Have you ever reached out to a seller on the phone yet? Have you started prospecting?
I haven't done it yet, but I started this 2 years ago.
Okay.
And like I said, I didn't have a good support system, so I stuck my toe in. I've talked to a few sellers, made a few offers, got scared, and then pulled my toe out and said, "Oh my God, I can't do this."
Yeah.
So then I kind of
I hear you. I 100% hear you. Okay, so we are going to help you, Beth. It is now my personal mission to help you get to your first deal. And so guys, let's show. By the way, you're getting a lot of love in the comment section. You got people saying that they're proud of you. You got people saying she has had success in the most difficult job. Right? You got people saying we're rooting for you. You got people calling you courageous. You got people saying you could see. This is the.
Thank you.
Isn't that amazing, Beth? But this is the power of networking. This is the power of putting yourself out of your comfort zone, where you didn't think about it. You said, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
You didn't have anybody supporting you. Now you have people who you don't even know who are saying, you got this. That's really, really exciting. Okay.
It is. Thank you, guys.
So with that said, I want you to be my seller, and I want you to be the seller that you are afraid to
Ooh.
encounter. Okay?
Ooh. Okay.
So you can be ugly, you can be nice. So let's do a few iterations of it.
Okay.
Be the person you're afraid of, and then be the person, be on, you know what I mean, however you want. And then I'm gonna handle it with you, and I'm gonna show you how magical the script is. And no matter how mean and ugly or nice and amazing you are, the script always comes to my rescue. Okay?
I'll be the first one that I called.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. And then what I'm gonna do really quick is I'm gonna bring. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna bring in our script, and I'm gonna ring you on the phone and then just pick up. Okay.
Okay.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey Beth.
How did you get this number?
Hey Beth. Actually, that's a good question. I pulled public records in the area and just wanted to see if you were interested in selling. Did you want to sell the property?
Well, first of all, I didn't know that information was public. So exactly how did you get this information?
That's a good question, Beth. It was most likely on some sort of list that I normally look up. It could be a vacant list. It could be an absentee owner list, meaning that you own property that you don't live in, or it could be some sort of inherited list. I pull all sorts of public records, so I'm not sure where it came from, but your name was associated with this address. But if you weren't interested in selling, I don't want to bother you. Have you considered it, or?
Well, my wife's always on me to sell this place, but I've been here 50 years and you people call me all the time, but no one ever gives me an offer. So,
Yeah, I completely understand. So, Beth, I can actually get you an offer before we get off the call. If you're interested in selling the property, I would just need a few details about it, and then I can literally get you a call on the phone if you are interested in selling.
so you people don't have to come, how did he say it? Traipsing through my house and taking pictures. You don't have to do all that crazy stuff.
I'll be honest, that's a good question. I'll be honest, I would prefer if I can walk the property because I'm going to be giving you a lot of cash to buy this property. So, with things that I buy, I like to go see it. Now, if you're telling me that that's a deal breaker and you'll sell me the property without showing it to me, that's totally fine too. But just understand that I'm going to have to give you a sight unseen offer. And so normally those sight unseen offers, I'm going to factor in stuff that I might be missing since I won't be able to walk it. So do you want me to give you a sight unseen offer, or are you okay at least showing it a couple times?
And boy, I was so tongue tied when I was doing this, but I just want to iterate. Okay. Well, how many people are you going to be bringing to my house? And this is how he was talking to me, and I was scared shitless. Pardon my French, but I was scared shitless talking to this man.
How many of you guys would be scared out of your mind if you had somebody asking you questions when you were just first? I know I would have been scared out of my mind, so I get it. So ask me that question again in character.
How many people are you going to be bringing? How many people are you going to be tramping through my house taking pictures?
That's a good question. Beth, it sounds like that's something that's really important to you, to not have a whole bunch of people tramping through your house. So if you want, what I can do is I can coordinate 1 or 2 showings where I get my entire team in there and we can schedule 2 30-minute windows. If I get everybody coordinated within the first showing, then I don't even have to go in there a second time. But I may need, I would say, 2 windows of at least 30 to 60 minutes.
Okay, so when would you be coming? Like during the week, on the weekends, at night? When would this happen?
Typically, during the day, during working hours, I can be flexible and work with your schedule.
Okay, because I'm an old man,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't have people coming up here at all god awful hours. So we have to get this, as you said, coordinated.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just can't be coming up here at all hours of the day.
I understand that. Yeah, I wouldn't disrespect your time. I'll work with your schedule. You just let me know what windows of time work best for you, and then we'll coordinate around those times. But I'm not going to waste your time, and I'm not going to do anything without your consent.
All right. Well, Hazel, come over here and talk to this man. I'm done talking to him. You go ahead and talk to my wife because I'm done talking to you. And that's
Okay,
how
I
it,
understand.
and that's how it went. And then I had to talk to Hazel.
So let me just say this really quick. Let's continue. Let's continue with this.
Okay.
I want you to continue, but now as Hazel.
Right.
I just want to say this, Beth. As scary as that is whenever you're first starting, I want you to know
Mm-hmm.
that that now
Mm-hmm.
that now if I had that call, I would be like a freaking pee my pants excited. You know why?
You would.
Well,
And I
but now,
handled it. I handled it.
no, I know you did, but I'm just
Right.
telling you now I would. I'm not like
Right.
bragging or anything, but the only
Right.
reason why I say that is because now I know this guy's asking questions like he wants to get this thing done.
Right.
He wouldn't be as passionate as he is if he wasn't saying, "Hey, you guys aren't giving offers." That's what I heard. You aren't give every time you say, so in other words, he's dealt with tire kickers that are wasting his time.
Right.
He's dealt with people that probably want to show the property 16 times and never close on the deal.
Right.
So he's pissed off. He doesn't want people tramping through it. But see, that gets me excited because he would only be talking to me that passionately
Right.
if he was serious.
Right.
So I'd be low key like excited out of my mind. But did you notice, Beth? I want you to take this away too. Did you notice how whenever you came at me with kind of the aggression, I kind of played the role of like I'm yielding to you and kind of serving you.
Yes.
Like, oh no, I work with you. Or
Right.
I'm like playing the slave and you're the master.
Yes.
That's called going negative. A lot of going negative means this is human psychology. Human psychology says when you don't feel good, the easiest way to feel better is to make someone else feel bad. Have you ever seen that?
Yes,
Bullies in
yes,
school? When a
yes.
bully it doesn't his parents, he doesn't feel like his parents don't love him. He goes to school and he kicks the nerd in the shin,
Right.
and then he sees the nerd suffering and it makes him feel a little better, right?
Right.
Human psychology says when we see somebody else doing worse than us, it makes us feel a little better.
Yes.
So we use that when dealing with sellers. By the way, what's your dog's name?
This is Jax. He's a German Shepherd.
Jax. Big
He's
boy.
He's a jealous. Go lay down.
Yeah, is he?
Lay down.
I love it. So going negative would suggest then during our conversations, if we notice that somebody is starting to get aggressive, they're starting to get mean, they're starting to get really bullish, then what we need to do is go negative. That means become a little bit apologetic, become where we're almost like yielding the power to them. And what happens is people start to feel better when there's other people around them that are in a bad place. So whenever we apologize, whenever we go negative and we kind of yield and give the power, it brings our sellers' shoulders down, guys. Don't fight fire with fire. Don't become a bull with a bull unless that is your style, right?
Yes.
Unless you are an RJ Bates. But I'm telling you that is like the 3 to 5% of the population. That's not most of us.
That's not me.
Yeah, it's definitely not me. I know
It's not
that.
me. It's not
All
me.
right. So, but I love the fact that you're doing this. Okay, so let's get back in character.
Okay.
I've talked to this guy, and then get back to where he's calling her on the phone, and then walk me through this, and then I'll continue the script.
Okay. So Hazel gets on the phone. So
Okay.
I am so sorry, my husband. He could be a bear sometimes. I am so sorry. So so you have an offer for us?
Hey Hazel, I can get you a cash offer here shortly. I just need a few details about the property. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, awesome. So Hazel, we purchase properties cash. We pay all the closing costs, and we buy properties as is, in as is condition. So, I mean, for an offer like that, what price range did y'all need to be in?
Well, we've had this house about he said 50 years, but we've only owned it about 35 years.
Okay, about 35 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, having owned the property 35 years, knowing the condition that it's in, I mean, if I can just make this an easy transaction and buy it cash, what price range do you think y'all would need to be in?
Well, I mean, this house, this house is about 2,800. What Harold? What is about 2,800 square feet? It's about 2,800 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just put a new roof on it about, I don't know what, 3 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a new roof, and now the HVAC, what that's probably about 10 years old.
Okay.
And we just remodeled the kitchen. The bathrooms are good. Now the garage out there, it probably needs some work. It's not falling down, but the garage probably needs some work.
Okay.
But I'm thinking we probably need, I don't know, 250, 275.
Okay. Okay. By the way, I'm out of character really quick. What is the ARV of this property? Give me the ARV.
The ARV was three. I think it was 315.
Okay, ARV is 315.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So that's good to know. I just need to know that. Okay, so I'm getting back in. So okay, so you're saying that there was a roof put on about 3 to 5 years ago. The HVAC is 10 years. Let me ask you this, Hazel. I mean, other than talking to me right now, what makes you want to sell the property?
Well, you called me.
Okay, okay. So y'all hadn't considered selling it prior to this call?
No.
Okay, okay. You told me a little bit about the condition. What remodeling have y'all done to the kitchen and bathrooms in the last 5 years?
Well, the kitchen, Harold, what did we do? We put in new countertops, and we did cabinets. Yeah, we did cabinets and countertops, and we put in a new garbage disposal, and bathrooms. We haven't gotten to the bathrooms yet.
Okay, okay, got you, got you. Okay, awesome, awesome, good stuff. All right, and so right now, I didn't catch this, Hazel. Is the property vacant or occupied?
No, we're living in it.
Oh, okay, y'all are living in it. All right.
Mhm.
So let me ask y'all this. If, once we agree on a price, how soon would y'all be willing to vacate the property? How much time would you need?
Oh, you want us to move?
Well, yeah, if I'm gonna purchase the property, I'm gonna definitely want it vacant so that I can either flip the property or rent it out to somebody at a premium price.
We misunderstood. We and this is where I don't know if they were. I mean, obviously they were older, but
Mhm.
they misunderstood why we were calling. I don't know if they thought I was like going to give them money for their house and they got to keep the house.
Okay, I'll tell you what, just stay in character and give
Okay.
me the problem as it came to you. That way I
Okay.
can I can I
Okay.
can handle it the way I would.
Okay. All right. So you were gonna
So let me answer. So yeah, Hazel, yes, I would need y'all to leave because if I'm purchasing the house, I'm going to renovate it and I'm going to need it vacant so I can renovate it and sell it on the market, or we might end up renovating it so that we can hold it. So yeah, I would need you to vacate the property if I buy it from you.
Oh, well, I then we probably gonna need more money than 275. We probably gonna need like I don't know, like 350.
350?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Are you flexible on that if I can offer you cash?
What Harold, what you think? Um, well, how soon will we get that money?
Well, we'd be able to close in 30 days or less, so you'd have the money ideally before the end of the month. But I'll be honest, I'm lower than what you are throwing out there. Um, so, I definitely, um, I first want to know if this is something that even makes sense. You're saying that you can move, or you're saying that y'all cannot move
Well,
whenever I buy the property?
if you gave us $350,000, we surely could pack up and move.
Okay, okay, I understand. At 350?
Yeah, at 350.
Okay.
Harold, what you think, Harold? 350? Yeah. He's saying at 350, we definitely sure could pack up. I mean, we got a lot of memories to pack up, and it'd probably
Mhm,
take us them whole 30 days to move. But yeah, we
mhm.
could probably pack up and move.
Okay, understood. Understood. Okay, Hazel, it looks like I have all the information I need in order to see if this property qualifies for what we're looking for. So I'm just going to place you on a brief hold and let me see if I can get a cash approval for you. And I'm going to be right back, okay?
All right.
All right, so now I'm placing her on hold. Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. While I'm placing her on hold, I find the ARV. The ARV is $315,000, right? They were originally asking two something, so I was like, okay, there might be hope here. Now, because they were thinking that I was gonna buy the house and rent it back to them, now they're saying, okay, if we're gonna move, we're gonna need 350, 350.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my calculations show that if the ARV is 315, I'm going to call this a cosmetic rehab. So 315 times 0.62 minus $20,000 in rehab. They said they need 250, 350. My
Mm-hmm.
offer, watch what my offer is, y'all. Okay, so I ran my numbers. I'm going to unmute the phone. Hazel, are you there?
I am.
Hey, Hazel. So I was able to do a little bit of research, and it looks like similar properties in your area were cash approved for about $170,000. If we could be in that price range, would that work for you?
Uh, a what?
$170,000 is what similar properties in your area are approved for cash.
170,000.
Yeah, give or take. That's kind of like the price range.
Yeah, Harold. He's saying he's over here saying $170,000 for our house. $170,000, and we told him 350. Yeah, he crazy. No, man, no.
Okay, completely understood, completely understood. And I kind of figured that was the case, Hazel. But hey, I do want to say if anything changes, this is my personal number. Feel free to call me back. And do you mind if I reach out in the next year or a couple years to see if anything has changed?
Sure.
All right. Hey, Hazel, you and Mr. whatever his name is, have a blessed day, and hopefully we can talk soon.
Well, thank you. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Boom! All right, those of you in the comment section, what feedback do you have? What would you have done different? All right, what would you have switched up about it? But I love this so much, guys, because not only did we get a chance to do a little bit of role play, but I love the fact that Beth role played a scenario that stumped her. And so let me ask you this question, Beth.
Okay.
What was something that stood out to you about how I handled things and how the conversation went?
The conversation flowed, and I like that you didn't match his energy.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't bow down to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because a while ago you mentioned like master and slave, but you didn't bow down to him. You just kind of because I felt like I was yelling at you, but that's what he was doing to me. But I think that was kind of his just old man talk. He wasn't yelling. That was just how he talked.
Mm-hmm.
But you just took it down a couple notches.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you bowed down to him. You just took it down to a level. You were respecting him and talked to him like two people should be talking.
Mm-hmm.
And you solved a problem instead of you de-escalated the situation instead of escalating it.
Yeah. 100%, 100%. I look at the love that you're getting. By the way, Michael Kenry says, where can you get the script? Send me a DM and I will send you a PDF copy of the script. I have sent out literally hundreds of these over the last 7 days. You got to print it out.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
You are a rock star. I love the fact that you're taking this challenge so serious. You even printed it out, guys. That's awesome.
Yes.
Guys, if you need the script, send me a DM. I have sent out hundreds of these things, and I'll continue to send them out. Just so y'all know, we use this script in the field. It actually works, okay? Look at the love that you're getting. Zagla says she was great in character. Patricia says Beth is an actress. Tasha says great role play. That was awesome.
Thanks.
I love it. I love it. You're getting
Yes.
so much love. That's so
Oh,
cool.
thank you guys.
Okay. All right. This time, I want you to be somebody who is interested in selling.
Okay.
Okay. But Beth, I want you to be somebody who you would still be a little bit scared about. Okay. Maybe there's a question that they ask. Maybe there's just something that they do. But ultimately, I want you to be somebody who is interested. That way I can get you to a contract. So you don't have to make it easy for me. Maybe you can be a lay me down if you want.
Okay.
But I want to walk you through the script. So just be somebody who is ready, who is interested in selling, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. I love this. Man, you guys are going crazy in the comment section. By the way, I don't know what platform you guys are on, but we have over a couple hundred people on all platforms right now. So shout out to everybody on YouTube, all our different groups and pages. Love you guys to death, and thank you for showing so much love. And thank you guys for showing so much support to Beth. I think Beth
Yes, thank
really
you.
needed to
I
see
did.
this to know that she has a community of people here in social media that are supporting her in her journey. Just what an incredible story. I literally cannot wait till you get your first deal, Beth. I literally can't wait. Okay, so let's do this one more time. This time you're going to be somebody who is interested in selling. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Beth.
Hi. Who is this?
Hey, this is Aaron. I was calling about your property at 123 Main Street.
Yeah. Can I ask how you got this information?
Sure. Actually, that's a good question. We just pulled we pulled public records, and your number was associated with this house. So I just wanted to see if you were interested in selling.
I actually am. You caught me at a good time.
That is awesome. Okay. Well, Beth, just so you know, we purchase properties cash. We pay all the closing costs and we buy the properties in as is condition. So for an offer like that, what price range did you need to be in? By the way, okay, real quick, let's get out of character really quick.
Okay.
Let's keep it super, super easy. Let's say the ARV for this property is 200,000. And let's say the property is vacant, and let's say that the property needs a crap ton of work, but the after repair value is 200,000. Okay? So you can tell me whatever price you need me to be at. I'll negotiate with you, but I'm just kind of setting the context.
So the ARV is 200,000?
Yeah. Needs a crap ton of work and it's vacant. So you can tell me any story that you want, but just let that be the case. That way I can contract you.
Okay.
All right. So by the way, those of you that are just tuning in here, don't think I'm being a punk and asking for a lay me down. We just did one where it wasn't an easy one. Okay. So, but I want to show you guys to you know how the process works whenever you have somebody who is interested in selling. All right. So okay. So she did say yes, and what I asked her was, what price range did you need to be in?
Well, I am actually was thinking about putting it on the market. I've been talking to a realtor, and she was supposed to come out in the next couple of days, but my price range is probably around the 250, 275.
Okay, got you. Okay. If you don't mind me asking, how did you get to that number?
Well, Zillow, Redfin, all those, you just go in.
Sure. Okay, got you. 100%. Makes sense. So, Beth, let me ask you this. Other than talking to me right now, I mean, what makes you want to sell the property?
Well, I'm going through a divorce.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is it ugly and messy, or is it kind of like a mutual thing, or?
Yeah, it's a little ugly. It's a little mutual, but
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do.
I get it. I 100% get it. Okay, and so y'all have decided to sell the property, or?
Yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, we got to sell it or buy each other out, and the easiest way is to just sell it.
Got you. Understood. Okay. Is your ex okay with selling it? Is he gonna cooperate? And
Yeah, if he doesn't,
okay.
I'll kill him. So
Okay. I got you. I know somebody who can make some things happen. All right. Just
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Well, we have swampland in North Carolina, so they won't miss him.
I hear you. They got desert out here in Texas, so
nice.
But okay, let me ask you this, Beth. What remodeling have you done to the kitchen and bathrooms in the last 5 years?
We have actually remodeled everything. This is a log cabin home.
Beautiful. Okay,
So
awesome.
we just bought it a few years ago and updated the kitchen and the bathroom.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And right now, is the property vacant or is it occupied by somebody, Beth?
It's occupied by myself.
Okay, so you currently live there, and I'm imagining he does not live there,
He
right?
does not. No.
Okay, so let's say you and I agreed on a price for the property. How soon would you be able to vacate the property once we close?
How soon do you close?
Well, we usually, I mean, let's say you and I agreed on a price and we contracted today. We could be closing on or before 30 days.
Well,
So
let
if
me
we went,
ask. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, let me ask you this. You said within 30 days. So, what is your process as far as if you and I agreed on a price right now? What do
Mhm.
you have to do to come in and make sure that what I'm telling you is the truth and other things don't have to be done?
Yeah, that's a good question. So what we normally do is I'll ask you enough questions where I can get my numbers where they need to be. And then if we agree on price, then we'll go ahead and move forward with the paperwork. We'll do that now. And then what I'll do is I will send one of my local team members just to go and lay eyes on the property and kind of put together a game plan for it. And once we have that, then we continue with the title clearing process. And then once title is cleared and ready to close, we'll coordinate closing between all of us, and then we'll do tequila shots and donuts afterward.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, that's basically the process. So um, once we agree on a price, I mean, how soon do you think you'll be ready to move forward with that said?
I'm pretty much ready. I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
been waiting for us to decide which direction we're going.
Okay. Completely understood. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, awesome. Well, Beth, it looks like I have all the information I need in order to see if this property qualifies for what we're looking for. I'm going to place you on a brief hold to see if I can get a cash approval, and I will be right back.
Okay.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to mute the phone. I'm going to run my numbers, and when I run my numbers, I'm going to see that the ARV of this property is 200,000. Okay, she says that they have updated everything, which means this is a cosmetic flip or a cosmetic deal. All right, and what that means is that I can buy the property 62% of the ARV. So I'm going to do 200,000 times 0.62. That's 124 minus my profit. I'm going to need to get this property like around 105. Okay, so let me come back to the call. Hey Beth, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey Beth, so I got a chance to do a little bit of research on the property and the area, and it looks like similar properties in your area were approved for around the $100,000 range.
Hmm.
If we could be in this price range, would that work for you?
Um, I don't know. I know I said 250, 275, so we're off like 100 grand. Um, how about 150?
Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Honestly, I could do $110,000 and pay all the closing costs, and there won't be any realtor commissions, and it'll be the easiest transaction of your life. If I could do $110,000 and we be one and done and you never have to think about this again, could we do business?
Hmm. 110, you pay all closing costs. Can I tell my husband we did 75?
Ooh.
I gotta split the money. I gotta split the money with my husband.
I completely understand. Beth, I would love nothing more than to give you more money than your husband. The only problem with that is that it's illegal.
I know. But I wanna just screw him one more freaking time. Just one more time. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, let's see. 110, 110, 110, 110. Sure, let's do it.
You could do that?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, awesome. Beth, what's your email address? I can prepare the purchase agreement now,
Okay.
and then I'll send it over to you.
All right.
What is it?
It is Beth Radigan. Shit, I forgot my email address. BethRadigan99@gmail.com.
Okay, BethRadigan99@gmail.com. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, awesome. So Beth, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to send you the email right now.
Okay.
And you got just a couple minutes. I figure I can send it over to you. I'll keep you on the phone, and then
Okay.
I'll review the purchase agreement with you. And
Okay.
if you like it, then we can open escrow.
That sounds wonderful.
Okay, hold on 1 second. And guys, what I would do from that point, and by the way, those of you who are like, no way, there's no way somebody will drop $100,000 or more on one call. And yes, it happens all the time. And even though you might be like, okay, yeah, this is a role play, this doesn't happen in the real world. Yes, it does. How do you think you have all these people closing deals? Literally, what just happened in that conversation with Beth happens all the time, guys. And guess what happens? Guess like what you're going to be doing on the other end of the phone whenever you're the wholesaler in this conversation. You're going to be like,
Yes.
just make sure you're muted before you start
Yes.
celebrating. All right.
Yes.
So basically what we're going to do in this situation, guys, is I would send the purchase agreement via docu.loop over to Beth. I would review it with her. And the reason why I like to review it over the phone is because once we review it, what I like to ask is, do you have any questions or concerns? No? Okay, awesome. I'm going to sign it right here in front of you. Go ahead and click it and sign it, and then I'll send it to escrow and open up escrow. You see how I just kind of assume? Just assume your way through this, guys. The worst thing that can happen is the seller says no.
Yeah.
And if they say no, that's totally fine. You don't have to pressure them. Move on to the next one, right? This is a numbers game. So I hope you guys benefited from that. And Beth, let me ask you this before we hop off this.
Mm-hmm.
What questions do you have because I'm gonna be kicking your butt. I'm now emotionally invested in you. Okay. I want to see you win. I'm gonna be looking for you on these lives and in the community, and I really want you to win. Okay. And I think there's other people in here who are going to be rooting for you and connecting with you as well. Yes. So what can we do to help you take action and make sure that we get you one step closer to getting your first deal this month? What can I do to help you?
I'm not sure. My biggest thing right now is I have to find, which I don't have a like I'm not with Batch Lead or PropStream or anything. I haven't signed up with anybody yet. I've been researching different ones that I want to sign up with. So I haven't done that yet. Okay. So that's on my list of things to do for tomorrow.
Okay. Why don't we do this? I'm going to prescribe something for you directly. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So those of you who find yourself in a situation similar to Beth, right? I want you to pay attention to this. This is what I'm going to prescribe for Beth. And I think that this is the formula for your first deal, Beth. Okay. Okay. I want you to start with, I don't want you to go to PropStream. Okay. I don't want you to pull lists from anywhere. I don't want you to start off cold calling with a dialer. Unless you want to and you feel like, you know what, I can do this. You know what where I want you starting, if at all possible? What? I would like for you to go to Batch Driven app and start driving for dollars virtually. Okay. Batch Driven app. All right, I'll put it here on the screen for you. Okay. Batch Driven app. All right. Okay, you can get this on your phone, you can get this on your laptop, you can get this on a desktop. And what this software does, Beth, it's going to take a little bit of learning, right?
Mhm.
You can go on YouTube, you can go to their customer support, and they have all sorts of videos showing you the little features and things like that. I'd say it'll probably take you about 48 hours to learn it, kind of
Okay.
playing with it. It's very, very easy, though. It's almost like working with your Google Maps.
Okay.
And basically, what this app does is it allows you to drive for dollars in any market that you choose.
Okay.
And you can literally on the screen click on houses and all the ugliest, busted, abandoned looking houses. You can add those to your database, and for pennies on the dollar, you can skip trace them and send them a message. And you can and it can sound something like, "Hey, this is Beth. I was reaching out to see if you were interested in selling your property."
Oh, nice.
All right, now here's my challenge for you, Beth.
Uh-oh.
All right, I want you to set a quota for yourself.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't want you going balls to the wall. I think I've seen you show up on these lives before. You said that you've been dabbling and putting your toe in for 2 years.
Yes.
Do you agree with me that it's time for action? It's time to get uncomfortable?
Yes. That's why I showed it. That's why I'm on this tonight. That's why I did this tonight.
I love it. Okay, so we're on the same page. So,
Yes.
quota. Can you do 25 driving for dollar leads a day?
Yes.
That would require probably about 30 to 45 minutes of focused energy a day.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Now,
Yeah.
by the way, the reason, because I know you're stay at home, you have a little bit of a time, you have a few dollars where you can buy a couple softwares, right, for a couple $100 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have, I'm telling you, you have everything that you need, Beth, at your fingertips.
Yes.
Okay. The reason why I'm not telling you or encouraging you, Beth, you got this. I want you to dial 3 to 4 hours a day, and I want
Right.
you. The reason why I don't want you doing that is because if I did push you to do that, I think that we would have the same result as the person who buys the gym membership, gets all the cute gym clothes, buys the class, gets the protein shake, and then they end up paying what is it called, charity to the
Yes.
gym gods.
Yes.
Right? I
Yes.
don't want you to be that person. I want you to be the person who says, you know what? I know where I stand. I'm realistic.
Yes.
I'm literally going to do 25 messages a day, and I'm going to add 25 ugly houses to my database a day, and I'm here for the long term. And what's going to happen, Beth, is you have your ritualistic time block where during this time to this time, this is Beth's hour.
Right.
You don't cook during this time. You don't answer questions from family. You don't, if you can at all, even though I know you don't have a full support system with your family, if it makes sense, I don't know the full thing. We don't have to get too far, but if it makes sense, I would try to incorporate the loved ones nearest to you. Just kind of let them know, hey, I am doing this.
Right.
Whether you believe in me or not, during this time, that's kind of my time. I'm going to be doing this. I just thought I'd let you know.
Okay.
And it's good to throw those out there to our family, because that way they're not freaked out when you do get your first deal and like $20,000 hit your account and they're like, she's off the deep end. She's selling drugs.
Well, right.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Since I haven't done my first deal yet, do I need to go ahead and do, damn, I can't talk tonight. Do I need to go ahead and start a separate checking account or wait until I do my first deal? Do I need to set up a separate checking account for the business?
My response is there's no right or wrong way.
Okay.
My biggest thing is this. What matters right now is that you start doing the things that I'm prescribing.
Okay.
I just don't want you getting caught in creative avoidance. Creative avoidance is okay, I'm going to set up my LLC. Okay, I need to set up the bank account. Okay, I need to design my logo. What we need to be doing is adding 25 ugly houses to your batch-driven app every single day and texting them.
I got you.
Here's what's going to happen, Beth. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to be consistent doing this. The first day, it's going to be weird. The second day, it's going to be a little bit weird. The third day, you're going to start to get into a groove. A couple weeks into this, God willing, you may even get a contract. But in a worst case scenario, you go 4 weeks, no contract. But if you have just sent out 25 messages a day, 5 days a week, every single one of those messages is a seed that could at one point blossom in your
Right.
database that one day says, hey, you texted me a couple weeks ago about a property. Are you still buying? Yes. And that ended up being a deal.
Gotcha. Okay.
Every message that you send out, every ugly house you add to your database is like a fishing rod that you have thrown in, and that line is waiting for somebody to bite. Can you do that one thing, Beth? Can you
Yes.
commit to that?
Yes. I say yes.
Let's go. Let's
say
go.
yes.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. Show Beth some love.
Thank
She was
you.
courageous
Thank
enough
you.
to hop on this live. And I'm so proud of you, Beth. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Keep showing up on these lives as
Yes.
much as possible. Network with the people in the comment
I have.
sections because they can help you close deals, okay?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Beth. Talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
Laters. All right, y'all. So what an incredible live, y'all. Like, how incredible is Beth? That's so exciting. That is so exciting. By the way, somebody says to Beth, they say, Beth, grab your phone charger as well so your phone doesn't die while you send the purchase agreement, right? Facts. Facts. Look at all these people showing love to Beth. What an incredible thing. Ryan Harrington asked this question. He says, so on the batch driven app, instead of using PropStream to comp properties, just use what you said earlier about 62% for cosmetic. Yes and no, Ryan. I say yes because yes, use the formula that I showed you to be able to get your MAO. However, you still need PropStream in order to comp the properties. But depending on your market, if you are familiar with batchleads.io, you can comp everything in batchleads.io. I just can't recommend it because I don't personally, at the moment, use batchleads.io for comping. I use PropStream. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that makes sense how I answered that, Ryan. But guys, do y'all see how there's no need to overcomplicate this stuff, right? Start taking action. You have somebody like me who's rooting in your corner, who's building communities to support people like you who are hungry, who want something better, who know you can do this. You just need the support from people like us who are going to be in your corner. Somebody says, do you use Deal Machine? The answer is no. I don't use Deal Machine. I think Deal Machine is an incredible software. Just at scale, I don't think that it's as good as Batch Driven. Batch Driven app allows you to drive for dollars virtually, and it is probably the most intuitive driving for dollars app that I have ever seen on the market, and I've used just about every single one of them. And I'm just being 100% with you because that's what I use in my business. All right? Ryan Harrington says, okay, that comes with the batch driven, the comping on batch. The comping on batch does not come with batch driven. The comping on batch is in batchleads.io, which is a different software from batch driven, which is a driving for dollars software. So they are two separate ones. So if you want to comp, you could either comp with batchleads.io or you could comp with PropStream. But if you're going to drive for dollars virtually, you want the highest quality list for pennies on the dollar, batch driven app is what I'm recommending you should utilize. And you don't have to use batch driven app only driving for dollars virtually. If you want to go in the field physically and physically drive for dollars, you can still use the batch driven app. And it is still more intuitive and better than the Deal Machine by leaps and bounds. By leaps and bounds, y'all. Somebody says, I have used Deal Machine for driving for dollars, and it's a very strong tool. I highly recommend it. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for your feedback. I love it. I agree. I think Deal Machine is incredibly powerful. Oh, you've used it for virtual driving for dollars, and it's a very strong tool. Highly recommend it. Okay, awesome. Very cool. Look, here's the way I am. I'm going to tell you who I use for softwares. I'm going to tell you who I use for skip tracing. I'm going to tell you who I use for my business. But guys, I don't care who you use. This is what I said on yesterday's live. As a hunter, let's say I'm teaching you how to hunt. I don't care what gun you use, as long as you use a gun to hunt. You know what I'm saying? Are there stronger and less, lower quality guns? Yeah, but in the end, I just care that you're hunting. All right. What do you use for skip tracing? I use a company called Standard Skip Tracing for all of my skip tracing. They skip trace at 7 cents per skip trace, and it is the highest quality skip tracing that I have utilized up to date. I use it for all of my leads, and it has saved us an insane amount of money, and it produces the same as other high quality skip tracing services that are on the mainstream. And so if you want skip tracing for 7 cents, you want the same skip tracing that I use and some other high level players are using for volume, you want to save money, DM me the word skip tracing and I will connect you with the team that does all of my company's skip tracing. All right. All right. Are there any other questions? Any other questions? I love that Patricia said, "How is this woman afraid? She knows how to navigate the whole script so naturally." Beth, get out there and make them calls tomorrow. You are a pro. I love how much support you guys are showing. I love you guys to death. Lennon says, when your VAs make the call, do they give the price range or wait until your acquisition makes the second call? This is such an incredibly great question to ask. For me personally, our VAs do not give a price range. They do not make offers. That is for in-house staff only. Why? Because in order to make an offer, you have to learn how to underwrite a deal. You have to know how to find the ARV. You have to know how to estimate the rehab cost. You have to know how to determine your MAO, your maximum allowable offer. And that is not a skill set that we pay to hourly employees. All right? Right now, that is a role we pay to commission and salary employees. And so the cold caller's job is to identify leads. All right, the acquisition's job is to qualify and close those leads. Again, that's my philosophy. That's how I run my business. And I hope that that helps you. All right. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just trying to see. Boom, here's some other questions. Aji Jameh says, will you give offers through SMS or call the SMS leads to give them the offer? That's a good question. Aji, I always try to get SMS leads on the phone as soon as possible. That's always the process. That's the SOP, is to try to get the SMS lead on the phone as soon as possible for a couple reasons. Number one, being on the phone and talking to somebody is the highest quality interaction that you can possibly have with somebody. So if you have them on the phone, your chances to get a contract have increased 50, 60, 100%. Right? That's number one. Number two, for a lot of these softwares, every text that goes back and forth is a charge, right? So naturally, it makes most practical sense to get them on the phone as soon as humanly possible once you determine that they're interested so that you can try to close them over the phone the way I just did in the role play. Does that make sense? Now, if they're not willing to talk to you over the phone and they simply want an offer, then after trying to go back and forth with them, we will give them an offer range over the phone. All right. Man, this was absolutely an incredible live, y'all. It's late. I want to get out of these clothes. I want to go to sleep. I have to fly to Milwaukee tomorrow. We have the Hustle Harder event that is going all the way down. I cannot wait to see you crazy entrepreneurs in Milwaukee. There's going to be a bunch of incredible entrepreneurs there. The All In guys are going to be there. Carlos Reyes, Alex Sainz, Sal Shakir, RJ Bates, Tony Romero, Eric Klein. We got Chris Jefferson's going to be in the building, Quinton Flores, and a whole bunch of amazing Jerry Norton. What? It's going to be absolutely insane. I am going to be hosting the event and I'm going to be bringing the energy. I'm going to be bringing the value. And I literally cannot wait to be able to shake you guys' hands in person, to be able to hear you guys' stories, hopefully to be able to mastermind with you guys, give and take encouragement and ideas, and take our businesses to the next level. It's entirely too late. I got to get the heck off of this because I'll stay here forever with you guys. So until next time, y'all know I love y'all to death. Let's get it.
Close it. Pick up the phone. Close it. Big escrow. Close it. $1 million deal. Close it. It's all on you. Close it. What you gonna do? Close it. I want the proof. Close it. $1 million deal.